Hi everyone. Today I want to show you just something that I was working on for my grandson's birthday, and it was just I was just making him a tag for the gift bag that I'm going to put his gift in. I have a plain solid color bag, and I'm using this tissue paper, and I decided how cute it would be to make a matching tag. So I have a little quick tip just to show you. I used some of the tissue paper to put on the tag. So I'm just going to show you what I did. It's really very simple. I'm going to use a different, I started with a plain tag, and I'm going to use a different color bag and a different tissue paper. This little bag is solid also, and it's lots of solids. It's different colors all the way around. And I happen to have this tissue paper that matches it perfectly. It's got, all the colors in it that's in this little bag. So I thought I would show you how I did that. Really, all I did was just cut a strip off of the end of the tissue paper, because most of the time the tissue paper is a rectangle shape when you want to tuck it down in the bag. And so to cut off a little bit of it just makes it more of a square shape, which is not a big deal. So I'm just going to trim off some here, and the rest of this will be tucked inside the gift bag with the gift. And then I have a piece like this with different images, and so I can decide where I want to, which images I want to put on my tag, and which part I like the best. Let's see. See, both of these sides are the same, so all I need is just really right in here, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of cute right there. Okay, so I have a general idea. I want this little paisley at the bottom. So what I'll do is I'm going to use just for the bottom coat my 50/50 white glue and water mixture. And just coat the tag. Not too dry, you want to have it good and wet. Okay, and then I'm going to just lay this right on where I want the tissue paper to go, the pattern to go. Now, this particular tissue paper has a little bit of a coating on it. It's kind of shiny, so I'm able to actually touch it and press into it because the glue and water is not seeping through as quickly. Now, it will eventually seep through, so you have to be careful if you do this, but I'm kind of able to get a lot of those wrinkles out. See, that tore just a tiny bit right there, and I'm just pushing it back together a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then just check your corners, make sure everything is glued down. This looks pretty good. Okay. So you do want to be careful with it. It's still tissue paper, regardless of any coatings on it. It's going to tear if you're not careful. So, just be gentle, but you do have a couple seconds there to get it pressed down where you want it. And it's not, as long as you don't push on it and pull on it, it shouldn't tear. If you're just pressing it in, you'll do good. And this is all just if your tissue paper has this shiny coating on it. All right. I'm going to dry that just a little bit. Now, as I started drying, I could see that this corner was not attached because it kind of bubbled up, just popped up a little bit while I was drying. So I'm going to just touch that up again. Make sure it's all stuck down. These look good. Oh, a little bit right here maybe. Again. Okay. Okay. So then you just trim out the tag. glasses on so I could see better. Okay. All right. So there you have a pretty little tag. Now, if this bothers you when you have a little, you know, a little tiny tear, you can always color over that with colored pencil or a marker. I think this one's a little too green to color there. Let's see here. This one might be a little too blue. This one might be okay. I don't know if that's the same one I started with or not. And if you have markers, you can do the same thing. You just kind of smear it in just a little bit. It's really not a big deal, honestly, since it's like a mixed media tag anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But if you want to, you can. I'm just running this along the edge of my desk to straighten it out. Flatten it out, I should say. Okay, so you end up with a colored tag that matches the bag, the tissue that you're going to be putting in your gift bag. Now you can go ahead and write directly on this. Like I would probably coat this also in some Collage Page just to give it a nice shiny, I'll just use some matte medium. I've got some right here. And it'll give it a little bit of a shine, and it'll further help protect the tissue paper. So you probably do want to do this step. Don't skip it. You can even go over the top again with the glue and water mixture if you want. It won't have any shine to it. So if you're looking for a flatter, you know, not shiny surface. And this is matte. This medium here I'm using is matte, but it still has a little bit of a shine to it, just like the matte Mod Podge and the matte Collage Page and any of the others. So let me pick this up for a second. If I can get my nail there underneath. There we go. I'm going to wipe up this wet glue. Okay, we'll give that another quick dry. Okay, when you're sure that it's thoroughly dry, you can write on the top of it, you know, like with a Sharpie or, you know, whatever, if you want to write your to and from on there, or you can use the back side to write your to and from. I also take usually a marker. I think I'll go with the teal. I'm just going to use, this one is a Pitt pen, Faber-Castell Pitt pen. This one's called Cobalt Green. So I'm just going along the edge to give it some color. You can do the same thing with an ink pad, you know, like we typically do for journal pages and things. You can use paint to go along the edge. You know, you can run this along the edge, you know, the edge along some paint on your craft mat. Anything like that would work, just to give it a little color and make it stand out. Once I get a little bit on the surface edge, then I usually will go along the very edge, just to get the white edge colored. So I'm just running it across the edge. Now, if you don't want to write on the tag, you can do what I'm going to do on my grandson's bag, and I'm going to add an additional little tag here and tie it on when I tie the tag to the gift bag. And the reason for that is because he is creative, and I think he would enjoy using this tag to draw on and then put like in his smash book or in an art journal. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for his. And also I took a regular hole punch and punched out where the tissue paper covered over the hole. And just punch it out like that. So while I was doing the edge of his, I went ahead and did the inside of the hole there, so that it kind of matches. Okay, now because we covered up the reinforcement ring here, I took and put one on his that is one that I had jelly printed before. So I added that, so I'm going to add one of those if I can find where I put them. Okay, I found them. Gee whiz. So I've just got a few in a little bag here that I have jelly printed in a few different, you know, jelly printing sessions. And so I think I will use, let's see, the orange on this bag is only on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about the orange too much. But then I've got these other little colors here, green and blue, yellow, and purple. So I guess I could do green or blue. All right, that's pretty on there. And here's the green. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do a green one. And I'm just putting a tiny bit of glue, just to be sure that it stays put. I'm just putting a tiny bit of a clear glue right here where it's going to go. I know I started peeling one of these up. I just don't remember which one it was. I guess it doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to stick that down and just basically covering right over the top of where the other one was. Okay. So now it looks more finished again. And I'm just kind of wiping up a little bit of the extra glue there that's seeping out. Okay, and then just, you want to let that dry because it will move around, so be careful and keep it in place while it's drying. But anyway, it's just a simple little quick tip, and in case anybody can use it. And I wanted to remind you too, I'm going to put a link in my video description, and I'll put it in an iCard up here. Since the holidays are coming, I want to remind you of the quick tip about how you can create a small box out of a large box. That's a real helpful little trick. Okay guys, so anyway, here we go. We got the bag and we got the tag, and of course the tissue that will be sticking out of the top. And it's fun and it's quick. So I hope you guys will try it out yourself, and we'll see you again soon. And oh, before I go, I want to show you my granddaughter and grandson are celebrating their birthday on the same day, and their birthdays are like a week apart. And I just wanted to show you real quick this card I made for my granddaughter. It's a big card. It's like 8.5 by 11 cardstock folded in half. So I just wanted to show you what I had been what I've been working on. This little girl came from Pinterest. I found a little printable, free printable there. And so I just printed her out and cut her out and put her on a piece of scrapbook paper. And then I added the little skirt and a couple of little flowers off of a strip of lace trim. So she just turned out really cute, and I thought I'd share because it's really sweet and it's laying right here. So why not? We're talking about grandkids and their birthdays. So anyway, have a great day, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.